Primetime Tuesday True Crime Story with your girl Nicole. I am happy to be here with you guys on this lovely Tuesday afternoon. For one, it's my birthday. I'm just so excited to be another year, to have made it to another year, to enjoy my birthday with my family because we are still kind of in this pandemic. So we are all just huddled in the house together. So I am happy to be here to join you guys today and be your host, and I hope that you guys enjoyed me today. I would like to say hello to my returning viewers and subscribers, and welcome to my new viewers and new subscribers. Now I'm going to get into this video because I don't want it to be long. So here I'm going to bring you the sad story of Orrin and Orson West. Now I'm sure you guys have heard of them. So let's get into the story. I'm going to tell you guys the sad story of Orrin and Orson West. Orrin and Orson West were two African American little boys. They were brothers. They were aged 3 and 4. Now, in 2018, the boys were with their biological mother, Magina, living in Bakersfield, California. Now, they were taken sometime later in that year, or I'm not sure how much time, but they were taken in 2018 from their biological mother, Magina Williams, and placed into foster care. And when they were placed into foster care, they went to live with their then foster parents, Trezell and Jacqueline West, who also lived in Bakersfield, California at the time where the boys were placed with them. Now, after being fostered in 2018, the boys were later adopted in 2019. Now, I heard that their original names were something different. Now, I didn't really see what their original names were, so I do apologize. But I do know once Trezell and Jacqueline West adopted them in 2018, they were given the names Orrin and Orson West. Orrin and Orson, but they basically took on the last name West because they were adopted to Trezell and Jacqueline West. Now, Trezell and Jacqueline West also had 4 additional children, 2 biological, and then you have 2 fostered and adopted kids. So basically, they fostered them, then adopted them. So Orrin and Orson had 4 additional siblings. Not sure what their ages or names were, but they were adopted. Then after they were adopted, sometime later, they moved from Bakersfield, California to a town or city called California City, Arizona. So that is the town or city that we're mostly going to be talking about in this case today. Now today I'm only going to give you part 1 of the story because it's so much information that I refuse to push it all into one story time video. So I will be doing this in parts, and this is part 1. So after Orrin and Orson were adopted, they moved to California City, Arizona with their adoptive parents, Trezell and Jacqueline West, and 4 additional siblings. Now on December 2nd of 2020, the boys were reported missing by Trezell and Jacqueline West after Trezell West stated that they had went missing, and then he could not find them. So I'm going to break down what Trezell tells the media later on in this video, which I'm going to put the video here so you guys can hear it for yourself. But I'm going to break down what Trezell West tells the media. So Trezell West tells the media that on December 22nd of 2020, his boys went missing. Now he says to have been collecting firewood, and after some time of collecting and stacking firewood, he goes into the family home. Then he comes back out of the family home and looks and says, "Where's the boys?" You know, the boys had been playing just before he went inside out on the patio with Chalk. Now I'm not sure if Chalk was a family dog, or not dog, but family pet. I'm sorry, but a family pet, or if it was just regular Chalk from like a store that you play with outside on the sidewalk. Now I'm not sure who Chalk was, but they were supposedly playing with Chalk. Dad, Trezell West, goes into the home where mom, Jacqueline West, was said to have been wrapping Christmas presents. Now he goes in, he says, "Hey honey, I can't find the kids. Have you seen them? She says, no, I haven't seen them. So they begin searching around her home. Then Dad, Trizell West, comes back outside and checks the, skims the backyard, sees where his kids are. He says that he accidentally left the back, like, gate open to the backyard. Then he goes back into the home and he tells, Jacqueline that he was going to go out and look for the kids. So he grabs the keys, gets into his family van. He's driving down the roadways, up and down his street. He says he goes on some other streets and he's searching and he's calling Orrin, Orson, and he does this until it becomes dark and cold out. So he's like, oh, it's dark and cold out, can't really like look for my boys in the dark. So he goes home, he goes back inside and he tells his wife, hey honey, can't find the kids. So she phones up to the police and she's putting in the report that her two youngest children, Orrin and Orson West, age 3 and 4, are missing. Now,
we just want to thank everyone in the community for all the support we've seen. We've felt so helpless, and seeing everybody out here really looking and helping out really means a lot.
So, tell us what happened the night the kids went missing.
Okay.
From our yard.
It was cold. I was gonna make a fire. There's a lot of wood in this area right here next to our house. I opened up the back gate. I'm throwing wood, bringing it inside the house. My wife's inside. She was actually wrapping gifts, so we thought it was a good idea that our youngest two go outside and play with chalk on the back patio. Do not let them go on the dirt in the backyard. And keep them close. They was playing with chalk, and I came in the house. I saw them there. I went in the house. I came back out. I didn't see them now. I immediately went back in, asked my wife, did you see the boys? She said, no, they should be outside playing with chalk. I said, well, I didn't see them, so I came back outside and I started searching my backyard. I searched the whole thing. I realized that I left the gate open and I panicked, came inside the house, searched the house, me and my wife. Once that didn't pan out, I got in the van. I looked down the street in both directions. It was getting dark, getting cold, and I got in the van and I hit a bunch of corners. I went down this street. I turned my light on. I searched. I called their names. Talked to a gentleman on the street on the other side over there. He didn't see me. So then I came home and I told my wife we need to call the cops. It's getting dark and I need help. We gotta get going. So I called the cops. Cops came. First thing they did was tell us to stay in the house so they can get a hold of us. And they had us just sitting there, and we wanted to keep searching. But everybody came out in droves, and I wanted to thank you guys that night, but we couldn't go outside.
The cops told us the best are out here.
The best are out here searching, and we appreciate it, and nobody ever could tell, we could never talk to anybody, and that was the issue.
We just want to thank everybody.
Really want to thank you guys.
Please, if anybody has seen them, please call, let somebody know.
Call the cops. Call California City Police Department. Call them and let them know what you've seen, if you see anything. Our boys, they are going to be rambunctious, okay? They are going to be here in this area. And I really would like to go in the houses, but it's not because I want to invade people's privacy. I just want to know if make sure. That's it. Because I don't. Go ahead. I'm sorry. If you got any questions.
Oh no, you're good.
Oh, okay.
I was just gonna say, this is the first time we're hearing from you guys, and I can't imagine what you guys are going through. I can't even fathom it. For you guys, for people who are thinking that there's some kind of foul play involved. We just spoke to the biological mother. She says she had a conversation with you guys, and that she thinks there's some kind of foul play involved. She thinks you guys did something.
And that's understandable.
What's your response to that?
That's understandable. I would think the same thing.
Yep.
I mean, that's exactly the point. And if we can find our babies, then guess what? That's no. And that's all I want is to find our babies. That's it. And I talked to her this morning, and I really wanted to tell her that I am completely sorry because we were entrusted with her children, and they came to us, and they became our children. We named them, and they are our children, and so we want them back. So please, if y'all could get back on what you guys are doing, we should be able to get a hold of somebody, but they took all of our tech, so they wanted to, I guess, just rule us out, which makes sense. That's part of the investigation. So that's pretty much it.
Have you guys, you talked to the police all last night.
Yes.
What, so you guys willfully gave them your
Everything.
technology,
Yes.
the car.
Yes.
Did they get how did they get a search warrant? Did you
I
guys,
I don't see why they got one, but they got one.
Yeah,
We would
they
have let them
didn't
take
need one,
anything.
but-
We would have let them take everything. We let them come in and search with us. We asked them to come do that.
what did they take?
Just tech. And that's it. Like our phones.
From the house? Did they?
Oh, well, I guess, should I answer that? Or?
Answer it to us, yeah.
Okay. So, into the, okay, I guess, I don't even know.
I see. Yeah, we seriously felt like we needed to be out here. We did. Again, we were told the best are out here looking already. Just to stay put, they have more questions. There was literally a cop with us the whole time in there.
He had sitting down. We would ask, can we go help? They had to sit
Said
down.
nope.
He said, no, we got the best out there.
So
We need
it's
you
not-
guys here in case we have more questions.
I don't want you guys thinking we
don't.
didn't try. We actually
We
looked
tried.
before we called
We
the
looked,
police.
yes.
And I imagine the mind-boggling part is the search for information. What happened? Where are they?
Yes.
Et cetera, et cetera.
And we're, yeah.
And just so we are able to present the information correctly, at what time did you guys notice your kids went missing, and at what time were they reported missing to the police?
It's about, I believe, I think it was about 4:30, going on 5. It was getting dark, like I said. 5-ish. That's about it. That's when everything played out.
And then when did you guys call the police to report them missing?
I don't,
After we searched
yeah.
a little bit around here, it was dark, so we definitely we got worried.
Would you say it was maybe within an hour, a couple hours?
No, it was within minutes of us getting finished with our search. It was within minutes.
What do you guys want people at home to understand about this situation? For them, even speaking about what you guys are feeling is difficult. What do you want them at home to understand about this whole situation?
We're going through it. It's difficult. I mean, everybody's making their own their own conclusions. They don't know anything. We're not sure like everything. We're not sure. We said what we knew, and if anybody has seen them, or anything, please call the police department.
Would you be willing to provide pictures, or do you have any?
I have older pictures. All my newest were on my phone.
Okay.
A lot of people are speaking of this as, after the math, past tense. I want to talk about your kids in present tense. What kind of boys are these? Tell us about the boys.
Very playful, very rambunctious, and they do love to wrestle. They do love to kind of get rough with each
They're
other.
kids.
They're kids. Of course, they would love to go out, but so during the pandemic, we weren't trying to go, out here, and so we stayed inside.
Yes.
We did. We searched before we called the cops. That's what we were saying.
What time did they come up missing?
They came missing right before it got dark. And then we called. I searched that property. I even drove around this neighborhood right here. I even talked to a gentleman on that side, one of those streets over there. I said, "Did you see some little black kids?" And that's the way I was gonna come. But when I came back home, I decided to call the cops because it was dark. They couldn't have got away that fast.
And why did it take two people to go in the house and leave two kids out here by themselves. It should have been one parent going in and one parent right here watching the child, not two parents going in the house and leaving
so
two little kids out here by themselves for 10 minutes.
no, they were in the backyard, and the
So
back
how did
gate
they
was
get
open.
out the backyard?
And the back gate was open, and I was getting wood
So
from
you
this
guys
lot
have
here.
been unresponsible and left the gate open, left some little kids outside with the gate open.
All right. Sorry, you guys were talking about your boys who you're, I understand. For a mother's intuition, I know you were saying, and we'll get your names after this, but you were saying how you feel like they're in this area. Do you feel the same way? And what is the intuition? What is the sense you get? What do you think happened to your boys? Do you think someone took them? Do you think they're lost? Do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely know they're not walking around. They're not that kind. They do not just roam around. You know, these patches, they definitely, I think definitely would have been picked up or something.
That was my assumption.
Have they ever taken off on the yard
Nope.
before?
No,
Nope.
They've never taken off
no.
before?
They do this on the 22nd, but I did find out from doing my research and everything that the boys actually went missing on the 21st of December of 2020, but they weren't reported missing till the 22nd around, I think they said 6 p.m. in the evening. Now, police did arrive soon after, began the search, they questioned the parents. The neighbors came out. They said they came out in droves and helped look for the boys. Now, it was now December 23rd of 2020. It was now daylight. They could get a better, view of the area, so they continued to search. Now, the police, there was definitely a lot of things that went on December 23rd, and I'm going to just give it to you here now. One, that the police, while they were there searching the area, they also went and searched the parents' home. They were seizing things like, their electronics. They called it tech, but their electronics, they took the electronics. It was seen being brought out in brown paper bags and in duffel bags. They also seized the family van. They towed it out of there, took that in for evidence, and then they also brought the parents and Trezell and Jacqueline West early afternoon on December 23rd for further questioning. Now, later that evening on December 23rd of 2020, they spoke to the press or media. They gave an interview with the media, and that's when Trezell West is telling everyone how the boys went missing and what he was doing before he noticed that his two boys were missing. Also, let's move up to December 29th. Now, December 29th, the California City Police Chief spoke to the media and stated that he did in fact suspect foul play in Orrin and Orson West's disappearance. That was put out there on the 29th of December of 2020. Now, January 2nd of 2021, the extended family of Orrin and Orson West put up a statement, and in the statement it was saying that they expressed their hopes for the boys' safe return. They stated that their private investigator told them to kind of stay out of the press or the media, because by this time the media was outraged and they were angry because no one was telling them where these kids were, and it was just all around weird. They were looking at the parents' interview with the media, and it's just a body language, and it was just all weird to them. So the media was outraged. They were pointing fingers. There was attempted break-ins into Trezell and Jacqueline West's home in California City, Arizona, where little Orrin and Orson were supposedly last seen before they went missing. They were supposed to be there at their family home. So there was people trying to break in there. So there was just a target for the family. So they just got told to stay out of the media, just keep a low profile. Now, on January 4th of 2021, there was a reward amount put up, $25,000 for anyone that could bring the boys home. Now, on January 17th, the reward money went from $25,000 to $100,000 for anyone who could give any information on the boys' whereabouts. And that was done on the 17th of January 2021. Now, on the 25th of January 2021, there was a candlelight vigil held outside of the boys' home in California City, Arizona, and those who attended were hoping and praying for the boys' safe return. Now, this is the last stop in this story series, this part 1 story series. Now, on February 1st of 2021, police and federal agents come back to Trezell and Jacqueline West's home. Orrin and Orson West's adopted parents, they come home. They come back to Trezell and Jacqueline West's home, and they didn't come alone. They brought this device. They went under, like, I don't know if it was called strobe light or bright lights, and they brought a device that would send a signal down into the ground to see if anything could be unearthed. But unfortunately, in that search, there was nothing unearthed. There was nothing found. So they were yet again at a dead end. So thank you guys. I want to say thank you so much for coming out today on this lovely Tuesday afternoon. Thank you for taking the time out to watch my video. I do again apologize about my background. It was supposed to be down in my studio, but unfortunately I had some technical difficulties, so I had to come up here for this first half of this video. Now the other half, the other video that I had was down there, but I had to unfortunately do this whole video again, so I do apologize for that. I would like to say, if you guys want to leave anything nice down below, or if you want to leave your suspicions or whatever, you can leave that down below in the comment section. If you guys have any suggestions or any other crime stories you want me to tell, then you also can write that down. And I am just ecstatic to be here. For one, it's my birthday, and I made it to another year. For two, because I get to finally come back and be with you guys again on this Tuesday after being gone so long. So I would like to say thank you for joining me again today. And I will see you guys again on the next Crime Time Tuesday True Crime story. Now, goodbye for now, but have a good day.
But I could never forget the thing we did. I will love you forever, and that's real shit. That's real shit. And you by you go forever. I never see you again. I can't. That breaks my heart because you was my close friend. And if you're going through something, I mean, this song is just for y'all. Because I lost my close friend. We did everything together. We even talked about people together. It's just crazy, because now you're gone.